Hi! Right, seeing as this is my first video, I have to actually introduce myself. So I am Deanna, but most people just call me D. I'm a Lithuanian artist based in the UK. I'm an illustrator. I do illustrations. Illustrations. Bang, bang, bang. Right, around the year 2013, I took art into consideration as a full-time potential future. I think I was turning 15 at the time. Yes, young D was turning 15. I'm also lucky that my mother... Shout out to you, mumsy. She's gonna hate that. I'm lucky that she was so supportive of my decision. Mind you, she is an artist herself, and she does lots of crafty stuff, and an absolutely beautiful woman. And she also was the very person that gave me the idea of doing art as a full-time thing, really. And I went to college doing art, I finished school doing art, and I'm still doing art, and I'm still loving it.
So yeah, lots of love to the MVP.
Schools in England tend to force the kid into a very early decision of what they want to do for their future. And I basically went, this is probably like one of the only things I actually enjoy in life, art, so I'd rather go into art, I suppose. So in 2015, I graduated school and I began college doing graphic design and illustration. I graduated with distinction and I continued on to another year of Art Foundation, which was basically another free course, again, because I wasn't 19 yet. I think after you turn 19, any course that you start will be paid. Yeah, you have to pay for it anyway. And I was 18 when I joined that course, so it was a free one. There were two very different courses, and one was much more technical and more about the industry itself, and one was about, and Art Foundation itself was about freedom of expression and lots of exploration with tools and just doing lots of museum type work. And I graduated from that one with a merit. So yeah, it was slightly jarring. Since then I've taken various commissions, I've been a participant of multiple zines, I've sold art, just anything really. I've done it for a hobby, I'm still doing it for a hobby, and I kind of want to get into actual work. But I've done all sorts really with art, it's my one and only. Now, software-wise, I have quite a collection, I would say, of experience when it comes to software. But I can confidently say that I've been through 8 programs. So my current one is Clip Studio Paint. I've been through Procreate, through Photoshop, through GIMP, through Medibang Paint Pro, through Critter, Paint Tool Sci, oh damn. No, I've been through 7 programs, I'm a liar. I'm sure that most artists have been through the same kind of journey of exploring different materials and what works for them, and different brushes, different tablets and computers, and right now I've got the iPad, so I'm happy with this. So I loved a few, I disliked a few, but I ultimately stuck with Clip Studio Paint. And yeah, I love it, really. Now that you know how I got here and what I've done throughout my life as an artist, let's get started with tips for art. Okay, a little disclaimer about this list. I am mostly going to be referring to digital art, so any sort of useful links or anything I'm going to leave in the description below. Not to say that these tips can't be used on traditional art, but I'm mostly a digital artist, so yeah. Okay. Got a little list over here. Little? Jeez. Use references where possible. I know this may seem incredibly obvious, but there is a common misconception that artists, if they're good, they end up only drawing from their mind, from their experiences. That is so incredibly untrue. References help us learn, they help us shape our environment, help us shape our characters. whether it is a certain pose or a certain face shape. I used to have massive trouble drawing ears. I mean, yeah. Even for things like colours and lighting, you don't need to do it all from memory. Our references, once again, help us learn, help us take that those experiences from already existing images to create our own. Sometimes when it comes to body shapes, you don't have to necessarily take complete references from people or take your own pictures, but you can make something called a Franken reference. I know it sounds really weird, but you basically take different references. You take somebody facing that way, and you have another reference of somebody's hand going like this, and you just mush them together to make your own reference. It makes everything completely unique to you. Besides, references will not only make your life easier, but they will also make you avoid frustration, help you learn, and just live a happy life, trust me. You are no lesser for using references. Believe me. All hail references. In terms of where you can find references, you can take a video of yourself walking, doing a particular pose, a particular shape. You can ask your friends to pose for you. Hell, even, I don't know, ask a stranger if they can. It'll probably be a bit awkward, but if you want to. But there is a particular a photographer and model by the name of Duke Pubstock, at Duke Pubstock, Jen. They have a huge variety of amazing references. They have a Twitter, they have Ko-fi, coffee? I don't know how you actually say it. It's coffee probably, right? Coffee? Patreon. I believe they're on Instagram. I'm not quite sure, I might have to check that up. But they have so many references, it's astonishing. You can genuinely have hours and hours of content there. So just check them out, take a look at what they have in store, purchase a few things maybe, you know, throw some moolah in their way, because they seriously deserve it. Now, another thing that I remember being recommended by my friend was PureRef. It's not for reference taking, but it's for collecting. Basically, it makes having mood boards so much easier. Right, number 2, customize your view. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. So many people, they don't bloody customize their desktop, and it drives me
bloody bonkers.
Nothing is more important than comfort, and I'm serious. In a kind of arty industry where you're sitting there hunched back like a crowbar from bloody Half-Life, it's not good for you, and you have to customize your area, you have to make it comfortable for you. And least of all you can do is make your workflow more streamlined. So this can be things like putting up your navigation bar up to the top left, making your references appear on your phone rather than the tablet, perhaps things like having your layers completely separate from the right corner and just like having it float in the middle. Possibilities are endless. Just please use them, please customize your view. Basically just play around with your programs or with your software. Won't hurt you, I don't think. Okay, number 3. Draw the same thing over and over again. This may seem counterintuitive and pointless overall. It's like that one, I think it's Albert Einstein's definition of madness, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. I don't think he actually said that, but it's all over the internet with his face on it, but you know. But trust me when I tell you it works. Yeah, let me take you back to 2020 when the dreaded beverage attacked. I ended up being stuck indoors, and at that very opportune time when we were stuck indoors, Doom Eternal and Animal Crossing came out. I was obsessed with Animal Crossing, and I was obsessed, and I mean obsessed, with Doom Eternal. So I ended up just drawing Doom Guy over and over and over again. First drawing. Most recent drawing. I don't think I'm ever going to reach this level again. Honestly. In fact, I'm so proud of it. I have it back on my wall over there somewhere. You can't see it. Oh well, but I'm still incredibly proud of it, and I absolutely love the way I've done it. And that's because I kept on drawing it over and over and over again. If you keep drawing the same thing over and over again, you will end up seeing your flaws, trying to fix them, trying new and different techniques. Don't get me wrong, exploration is incredibly, incredibly important. You don't just draw a mountain once and go, yeah, that's it, I'm done, never again. But when you draw the same thing over and over again, how many times can I say over and over again? Your eye for detail and skill will improve, trust me. Also, never trust a person who says trust me. Number 4, don't finish drawings in one day. And I mean, you can finish drawings in one day, but do not let them out into the wild until the next day. Come back to them, take a look at them. Perhaps you'll find something that you missed before. The principle is that you come back to the drawing with fresh eyes. You are not, should I say, mistake blind. Sorry, happy little accident blind. What I do is I place it in different lighting, I flip the canvas, I just flip the camera off. Sorry. Maybe look at it from different monitors, different screens, it helps. If you look at it from very far away or very up close, you might see something that you didn't before. And you will thank yourself the morning after. Seriously, you will. Because I kind of wish I did that myself before. Wait an extra day and just let it roam free in the wild. Number 5, go on an adventure with your tools. What I mean by this is to explore exactly what your software has to offer. And well, here's what to look for. 1, as I've previously mentioned, customizability. See if you can rearrange it and change brushes and add brushes, download new content. Layer modes. This is a funky one. I absolutely love layer modes. Clipping masks if they're available. Transparency modes. Perhaps multiply and luminosity modes. Can you customize your brushes? I know this ties in with customizability, but what I absolutely love about Clip Studio Paint and about Paint Tool Sire and about Procreate and I mean all the like big names in artwork, in the art industry, is there stabilization for slower and smoother movements of the brush? Does the program allow for tonal corrections and transformation? Can you liquefy your image? Explore. As I said, go on an adventure with your tools, with your software. Try new things. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I have the art style I have now. I was mad about trying new things. In all honesty, there is no right or wrong way to do art. It is an expression of self, an expression of what the environment that you're shaped by. Whatever works for you, works for you. These are simply the tips that I've collected that worked for me. So thank you so much for watching, peeps. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like below and maybe a comment and maybe, I don't know, subscribe. You can find me most of the time on Twitter under the name Leviathan D. I also sell some tidbits on Etsy, so I'll leave a link to that in the description below. And as I previously mentioned, any kind of tips or any kind of programs that I mentioned, I'm going to leave links to also in the description below. Bye! So thank you so much for... I think I need some tango just to... yeah.